My people, as it stands, Olori Tobi Phillips does not even know what is called shame again. Yes, she doesn't know. But at this point, she's technically doing every single thing she feels she ought to do to remain relevant or to stay relevant in the palace. That's just the best word to use, because whatsoever Toby is doing right now, it does not speak of who Toby has always projected to us that she is. It does not demonstrate any single thing at all. It only tells us how much or how desperate Toby is to remain a queen in the palace. So based on news wey dey reach us right now, no, na the fact say Olori Tobi Phillips dey vigorously beg the Ooni. In fact, this one, it came out like a command at first, then she now switched to begging. But remember that before now, Toby had already begged the Ooni for forgiveness, but the Ooni gave it a deaf ear. He behaved like there was even nothing there. So right now, Toby is not begging for forgiveness, but she's begging the Ooni to set Olori Naomi free. Remember that Olori Naomi sparked rumors of a fresh new divorce attempt with the Ooni before this whole Olori matter started, that the Ooni had to, evict them from the palace and all of them staying out. So right now, as the whole matter can't take be like so, Olori Tobi Phillips feels that the Ooni is doing all of these things in favor of Olori Naomi. So if he can set Naomi free by giving her a divorce that Naomi wants, then every single thing will end. All of them, as Oloris, will return back into the palace and they will continue with their lives the way they were living. My people, Toby has failed to understand that every single thing the Oni has done over time is to keep his wife in the palace with him. And no matter what happens, he will not entertain any single thing that will come as a result of a barrier, or any single thing that will be a break in between him and Naomi, now that these two are seemingly back together, or let's call it that, now that things are seeming to fall in pleasant places. Remember when Naomi came into the palace that very day that they had to go pick Prince Tadenikawo from Akure? Look at the tons of celebration and how people were congratulating her up and down, because everybody has waited patiently for this day. A million persons have waited for this day to come to pass. Then you, Toby Phillips, you will now arise from nowhere, and then you have laws, you have rules, you have a lot of things that you are saying that they should do this, they should do that. My people, as it stands, we don't know what exactly Toby is feeling, or we don't know who Toby feels she is. But as it is on ground right now, we cannot just say one or two things, except we see what the Oni will have to say about this. Because at most times, look at how it happened. At most times these things happen, people will tend to say that it's a lie, but only will get to do something different entirely. Look at where everybody in the palace was fighting. Everybody was literally fighting that, and Toby that, with evidence of the surrogate mother stuff, DNA, then to Mariam bringing out her own about her buying children, not being the real mother, and all of those things. Then Toby still finding her way in the Ooni's apartment. Even Olori Naomi was broken during that period. Yes, Naomi was completely broken during that period. So at some point, we cannot just say things about the Oni confidently, because the Oni doesn't let people know his moves. He takes it the way he wants. So as it is right now, no, as it is right now, my people, the whole matter don't enter a level where anybody no fit just talk. But right now, no, who is Toby exactly to come tell the Oni that divorce Olori Naomi? Because telling the Oni to set Olori Naomi free is practically that give her the divorce. Because the Olori Naomi asked for divorce sometime last year. We saw how that went down. It did not go down well at all. Every single thing was just like a pool of drama, one bass boost like that happened. And they were able to salvage the situation, put it under control, because they only involved so many persons who spoke to Naomi. They even said it is not good for a traditional ruler of Oni status to appear in court So what they did was they brought the whole issue to settle home. But we all knew that once that issue comes back home, there is no way that Olori Naomi was going to get that divorce she was asking for. There was no way she was going to get it. And when they came back home, certainly, verily, verily, like we spoke, Naomi did not get the divorce. Yes, she did not get the divorce. And right now, as of just some weeks ago, Naomi sparked rumors of a fresh new divorce because she feels or she wants to move on with her life. All this one of, and we are bringing Naomi back today, it doesn't work. We are bringing Naomi back tomorrow, it doesn't work. And then it becomes like a normal routine in the palace. They say this one will happen today, it will not work. This one will happen tomorrow, it will not work. And then it is beginning to be something that we hear every single day and it doesn't come to pass. So Olori Naomi was still opting for a fresh new divorce once again. And while she was opting, they only took a measure that would, calm Naomi down. And upon calming Naomi down, Olori Tobi Phillips is now coming out from nowhere to come tell the Ooni that all his efforts are in vain. So he should go ahead and, divorce Olori Naomi. So why did the Ooni do all the things he did? Why did he have to order for the locking of the Olori quarters? Why did he even go ahead to say that if they prove him strong-headed, they would demolish the palace in the Olori quarters immediately? That's to show them that what he badly wants his wife back into the palace. And because of one or two reasons, Olori Naomi was not even finding it convenient coming back to come do um second wife, third wife, fourth wife with those women in the palace. Yes, that's what she was not finding convenient at all. And right now it is beginning to be a thing that Toby would want to get involved in. Well, my people, Toby doesn't know her boundaries. That's one thing we know about Olori Toby Phillips. She doesn't know her boundaries. She doesn't know when to stop. She doesn't know when to begin. In fact, generally, Toby has lived a life that she doesn't feel the consequences of the things she does. So I think it is time that she gets to feel it. It is time that Toby gets to feel it. Right now, that's the only have taken his own measure on things. So as it is right now, no, my people, that is what Olori Toby Phillips wants from the Ooni of Ife. How well would this go for Toby is the part we don't want to conclude except to hear from the Oni. But we are looking at this to be one among the numerous things that the Oni will ignore and give it a deaf ear. Yes, we know him to be very, very good at that. Yes, 100%. We know the Oni to be very, very good at that. That's the same way he was giving their whole attitude and character misbehavior a deaf ear and they took it for granted. That's the same thing we are expecting him to do right now. So my people now so the matter can't take bill. Yes, that's so this Olori Toby Phillips matter don't take enter.